Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto content. And as you guys know, I am pretty much one of those YouTubers that like to compare an asset to an asset. For example, I've compared XRP to many other assets in the space in terms of market cap and where we would basically end up if we did follow in their footsteps. For an example, when we talk about XRP, we also have to talk about the top 10 assets and where they ended up. But today I'm going to be comparing two specific assets. It's going to be XRP with Dogecoin. I know, absolutely crazy, right? One has massive utility, the other one is useless, whatever. Right? So when we talk about these two assets right now, we do know that Dogecoin will be on Flare. That's where it will actually get its utility cases. That's pretty much when it would actually be utilized in the space, mainly, in my opinion at least. Now, in regards to Dogecoin right now, it is sitting at only about a 40.3 billion overall market cap, XRP at a 55.3. But we do know Dogecoin significantly rose this year. There is no doubt about that. Now we also see XRP, for an example. Let's click XRP and let's go to the yearly high. I do not know why this is, pretty much moving slow, but it is what it is. We hit about $1.96, as you guys are aware. We actually hit $1.98 for most exchanges, but it is what it is. Now, in terms of Dogecoin, while that loads, I do know that we hit a massive high this year. I think it was in the 78-cent zone, so 73, 76 overall. So when we compare XRP to this, so let's actually go to Doge's overall price. So when we talk about Dogecoin at that 73.76, right? 73.76, we do see that the circulating supply is about 130.96 billion. As you guys already know, massively inflated asset, and at 73.76 it was worth about a $96.6 billion market cap. So let's actually input the desired market cap here to 96, and we'll just say 6 billion because it's roughly about that. Currently it is actually, well, the whole all-time high market cap was about 96.596 billion, but we could just round it up a little bit. So right now, one XRP would be worth $2.08 if it did have that market cap. But that's not what I'm trying to get to, right? The whole market cap idea doesn't really matter to me too much, right? But that would be the price if it did hit the market cap of Dogecoin's high this year. But what if we did a similar run to Dogecoin in percentage? Because comparing market cap to market cap isn't too crazy of a thing, right? We see, assets in the space eating up market cap like it's absolutely nothing. I already talked about how market cap doesn't really matter in depth pretty much too much, right? Especially in terms of ODL services and utility cases like that. But what I do care about is percentages gained. And if you all know, right, first off, Dogecoin is one of those assets that had a significant rise in percentage. We could actually go from the March of 2020 drop, as that is the lowest pinpoint for most of these assets that came out, in terms of that COVID drop, pretty much victorious. So with that being said, let's go off of the 2020 drop. We'll actually not go off of the overall dip back here because I don't think that was actually realistic. So we'll just go from the bottom of this candle here. We'll just go off of a rough estimate here. So we'll just do something like this, and then we'll pretty much zoom out and then go all the way up to, I think it was like 7376, right? So let's go to the settings and let's go to 7376. So this is a number that not a lot of people thought that we would actually get to overall, but it did happen this year. I mean, I seen a lot of people saying, wow, I can't believe all I had to do was buy a dog coin in order to be rich. Now we do see that this is the all-time high that was pinpointed on CoinMarketCap. The all-time high is actually a little bit higher in terms of Binance. Binance always has these weird highs that were never made, but it is what it is. So 58.4K of a percentage increase in price. Now, if we did that similar run, and let's go to the weekly chart so that we don't have to zoom out too much, and we can go back to this March of 2020 dip right here. So if we go from that drop alone and we do a similar percentage run, so let's just do something like this, and I believe it was 58.4K. Okay, so let's go off of that and let's do an increase of 54. I think it was 58.4K, just to confirm. So if we actually do a similar run to Dogecoin, and I do know a lot of people have compared this previously. Now, I've compared this previously a little bit, and it wasn't too significant, right? As we do see up here, 58.4K would get us to about that $60 mark. That is if we do the same run from the March of 2020 drop too. Like, I'm comparing these both in terms of that 2020 drop. Now, if we did this significant price influx increase, now we do know that XRP does have 46 billion in total supply, and at $60, a lot of people will be in panic, right? They will be in disbelief fully, because we know that a lot of people like to compare, or I should say a lot of people like to argue the fact that market cap would be significantly way too high for XRP, right? Once we get to these prices. But if we take XRP's overall circulating supply of about 46 point, almost 5 billion. So we'll just go off of 46.5 billion, times 60. We would get to almost $2.8 trillion for the overall market cap. I know a lot of people watching this right now are going to be like, absolutely no way can we get there. There is no way that we get to those prices at all. But I think a lot of people actually disregard the fact that XRP in its past runs have actually done even more of a percentage increase in terms of price. For an example, I actually posted something similar to this on my Twitter feed, actually, regarding the 80% of an increase in price on XRP from back in 2017 to 2018. So we have this circled all-time high here. Now the actual all-time high for XRP is $3.84. And just to give you guys a little bit of an insight on that. So if I could get this specifically, sometimes it is very hard to get this specifically, but let's actually get this on a full scale screen just so that I can actually get to it. So 1 second. I know this sucks. It's really hard to actually get it on here sometimes, but all right. So it's not working out. But we do know that the all-time high here is actually significantly lower than Binance. But also on Coinbase, it is showing a $3.84 XRP for the all-time high in 2017 and 2018, and you guys can confirm that if you would like on Coinbase's app right now. So in regards to this all-time high from here to the bottom of this candle here, so let's actually do a little bit of a percentage gain on this. So if we go here, this is a 53,000% of an increase in price from that bottom candle. But we do see back here that this was almost 2017, and I know what a lot of people are going to say, this was a scam wick, this was not realistic, but this is actually the price that XRP was trading at in 2016. If you guys were here in 2016, you basically were able to grasp a lot of XRP for a very low price. We actually did about a 67,000% of an increase in price from the bottom of this candle, realistically. Or actually, this is saying 676,000%. I don't know why that is saying that. We could actually move it down just a little bit. So I don't know why this is saying that, but this is pretty much the lowest pinpoint on this. This is about at a fraction of a cent, which is realistic. You can go back and actually look at that. Now this is actually 83,263% of an increase in price. This is pretty much what happened in 2017 and 2018. Now, say for so, we only went off of this all-time high on Binance. This is still a 77,380% of an increase in price. And we could actually go to the bottom specifically on all of these candles if you want. So for an example, we can go back and make sure that we are at the bottom fully on this Dogecoin drop, which we are actually not, as you guys see when we zoom in. So the actual run on Dogecoin was roughly about 65,000%. And even right here, this is about 77,000 to 80,000% of an increase in price. And if we zoom here on XRP, we could say, So we're actually not specifically at the bottom. I believe that this would be the full bottom. So this would be about a 60, almost 2,000% of an increase in price specifically. Now again, going off of these massive drops here, and also going off of this massive spam wick, if you will, scam wick, or whatever you want to call it, you know, in my opinion, a lot of these percentages that you see on the screen, so it's hard to grasp an official percentage because a lot of these exchanges are completely different when you look at other exchanges. This might not be the same for example, Bitstamp. Coinbase had a very accurate one, but nonetheless, it's still fairly reasonable when you look at this and say, all right, well, this would be about a 62,000% of an increase in price. Now, if we repeat it back here, it would be significantly higher into the $90 to the $100 plus. But I do think about 62,000 is accurate when compared to Dogecoin 65K. And this is going off of the 2020 prices, so this is nothing, you know, inflated, deflated, whatever you want to call it. I'm not going off of these drops back here. But even when we look at the past market cycles for XRP, we know that we did about an 80,000% of an increase in price. Well, even at the lowest end, we'll just say 60K to 70K, just to make sure that we're not overinflating the percentage increase, because I do know a lot of exchanges are different, and also Binance is a little bit weird in terms of their prices. But we could just know for certain that the bottom price of 2020, which was roughly, if we actually look here, we could see the price, it should have been about almost 11 cents. So it's about 10 cents, which I seen personally 11 cents at the most bottom. So let's just go off of 11 cents just to make sure that everything's accurate. This is, I know for certain 11 cent was in play. This would be about a 55,000% of an increase in price. Now, I do know that a lot of people are going to say this is unrealistic, again, going back to the whole market cap thing, but I just want to say that a lot of these utility tokens, for an example, XRP, ALBT, QNT, a lot of these assets don't really have a price point ceiling. I know a lot of people think that market cap matters in crypto, but market cap actually doesn't matter for assets like XRP that will use or be used for a lot of capital unlocking and liquidity options, as well as for a lot of financial options as well. A lot of these assets need to be higher priced in terms of valuations, even in regards to their massive amounts of circulating supply and total supply. The total supply is actually utilizing or being utilized to fuel the overall ledgers and stuff like that that are going to be built with XRP. So this actually needs to have a big supply, and it's not the fact that, hey, if we get to this point, you know, Ripple is basically the richest entity in the world. It's not specifically that. It's more so whatever they're basically building, like the XRP ledger, is the most expensive ledger out there because of how much money will actually fuel it, basically, if that makes sense. So all of this value, if we do get to this point, it's not like Brad Garlinghouse is worth, you know, trillions of dollars or anything like that. It's just the technology behind XRP is actually worth that, which it should be worth that if XRP is going to unlock trillions of dollars and actually move it as well. So in regards to XRP, I'm betting on around $15 to $25 being the high for it. But I'm just saying right now, yes, $60 could be a possibility if we repeat these back cycles from here. I actually did a video earlier today where I talked about Bitcoin, and if it could repeat its 2014 cycle, we could get to $300,000 for it, or almost $400,000 for it. It's hard to say. I do think that we top out a little bit before we get to $60, but I do think that it is a high possibility that we could get there if we run the same path as Dogecoin, and also if we kind of repeat the past cycles from 2017 and 2018, and even going back to 2014 as well. But in 2014, we really didn't run too much, as XRP was still fairly new at that time. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys do want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.